Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for January 18th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this could be really relevant to what's going on, or I don't know. This is General Collective. Never force these to fit your life. If you do have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and go into the description or the posted video or the pinned video or on social platforms and send me a message. Definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. All right, let's do this. So again, don't force this to fit your life, but this might resonate with what's actually going on or what you might be overcoming. What I'm seeing is somebody going through, well, it's after a change of really feeling completely kind of discarded. I feel like this person is shattered. I feel like the reality of them has been shattered, and I think that they have really tried to be adaptable in this. I think that they've really tried to hold themselves together for as long as possible. We're going to move on. We're going to do this. We're not even going to look at the past of this. So help me God. That was, I guess, the easiest thing for you to do in the time, or whoever this is that you're dealing with. But it was not going to be the final. This was going to come back for you to handle at some point. So I see that you really did the work to just kind of put yourself in a new situation. You're ready to move on, and authentically, I really think that you are ready to move on. But now, since you have moved on and you're in this new situation, and now you're feeling kind of safe in being in the situation, now it's time for the ugly work to come in. And so help me God, it looks like it has a good personality. No, it really doesn't even look like it has a good personality. So this is ugly emotional healing. It's facing the void of this. It's pessimistic. It's really harsh. It feels like it is a bereavement of probably the most feeling of visceral hatred, which is coming from what seems to be hurt. It feels like utter hurt. This may be you in self-talk. This might be somebody who's majorly projecting at you. I know that you can rise above this. It's going to be hard for a while, though. Either that or it was hard for a while. And it looks like there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no structure. There's no routine to it. There's nothing that you can do to put another Band-Aid on this. And I think that that is probably the most frustrating thing about this for you. You cannot outrun this anymore because you've already done the other healing work. This is what's left. So this is saying it's going to be a mess. I want to look at this mess. This mess is going to figure itself out, but we want to look at that how. So yes, these readings are not always rainbows and butterflies and Facebook posts, and that's fine. When it presents a challenge like this, we find the why and what you have to look forward to. So yes, it's for self-growth, but it's not always easy. In fact, sometimes it's just the worst thing on the planet. All right. This is a huge initiation period for you that you had endured. So let's see. I think I was talking about what this pain is involving, and it looks like a complete dead end in your life. It looks like something that was really put a lot of effort into that never took off, and it feels like the biggest failure. We have the Hermit card here, which is the long journey to recovery on this, and it does feel like there's a lot of escapism around it. I feel like there's a lot of disassociation that was around this. A lot of truth came out about this situation after the fact that it had happened. It was like once it was on the other side of this, Band-Aid ripped off, every single piece of fester that could have been in this was revealed. So this, look, how do we even have the Four of Wands after that chunk of what? Okay, so it's like, here is a crab sandwich. Surprise! No, what? No. Okay, so what I'm seeing is the biggest revealing of this, the truth, and the biggest thing that should actually probably cause you some ease is that this person was completely out of their element, or they had something hidden that clicks a lot of things into place. It was just like, now everything makes sense. It was like there was these big, I don't know why this is happening, I don't know what this is happening for, and then something gets revealed about somebody. It's like, oh my God, so help me God. It's like one of those scenarios. So I see that there was a lot that was being taken in this situation, either emotionally or materialistically, mentally. It was just completely feeding off of it. This is somebody who really took advantage of a situation. And I feel like this is somebody that you were dealing with who I see you kind of looked up to, who I think that you put a lot of time and effort into. This could be any kind of dynamic in your life. It really made you feel like you didn't know really what was going on in life. Like, how could I have been so blindsided by this? Do I even know what I'm looking at right now? So it really put you in a place to have to relearn life. Like, what is reality? It was, I think, the biggest shock, or one of the biggest shocks of your life. You're not a forgotten one. I need you to know that whatever this is involving, if you feel like you've been forgotten, or that you're unimportant in this, or that you don't get to speak out because, I don't know, there's a big mass thing around this, know that that's the biggest load of crap. Of course you matter. Of course your voice matters. You are not something that just fades into the background with this. I see that before any sort of action, there's a time of reflection, and I also see that this is going to disconnect you from whatever it was that you were so attached to in the past. I think that you, and whatever this is being revealed, is truly going to make you grow and see your own progress completely unattached from whatever the other entity was. And I see that you're going to be able to start rejecting things out of your life a lot more, and pouring out things that are not meant for you. So it's a great time for you to express emotional and actual rejection of certain things in your life that I think that you've been overly tolerant about. And let's see, I'm actually feeling like I need to shuffle these cards back in. So I'm not gonna do it because, oh my God, I know I have a lot of cards. This one is still sitting out. So I think that this is you still feeling, or the old feelings of feeling like an outcast coming up. Okay. It was almost important to whatever this was that you be kind of casted out in this, and not have yourself be recognized as a person of substance in whatever it was that they had to say. I think that what you were saying and what you were doing, you as a person were probably marginalized to an extent by this person. And let's see, I think that you're recognizing why they did that, and that they did it because they were incredibly either intimidated, afraid of what you might say or how you would react. And I actually feel like there's an element of being afraid of you being completely lost from the connection from their side. And this was a major insecurity. So in order for them to keep themselves in power, because this was coming from insecurity, they kind of had to knock you down to whatever their comfort peg was. So they are not the person that they have painted themselves to be. And I see that you are actually seeing this now for what it is. This could be a major authority figure, somebody that you really respected or really looked at with adoring eyes. But this is somebody who had a lot of power in your life. So, oh, that was standing out before. This person is not as charming as they were led to believe. And I think that they are losing their survival story in this. So this is a very karmic situation that is being drawn to a close, and I see a major restoration of faith for you. And I think that this is something that was never truly established before, because whoever this was and whoever had the control in your life, I feel like there was really no way that you could have faith around them and really grow as a person. I do feel like any effort that was that was, well, any effort that was displayed by you was quickly knocked down. Again, insecurity. So there was this was making me believe before that, you know, that you feel like you're not important enough to talk about it. And that's, again, a load of crap. So this is also what you need to look out for, because there will be this undermining energy as you start to step out of your comfort zone and talk about this situation. This, we have the Temperance in reverse. So it seems to be like there's no end in sight with this. And it seems to be something that, well, yeah, there's no end in sight. It's not as fulfilling. It's not going to have the result that you want. There's all these things that are running through the head of it. But what you have to look forward to, again, is not only your growth, but also how thriving you are, and how I think being relieved of all of this is going to make you free, prosperous. Count how many times I say in this, by the way. And it gets you into a point of closure. This is going to actually give you the possibility of closure about this particular situation and person in your life. So there's this that was kind of sticking out with the hand. And let's see. This may be somebody who you really loved and cared about. This may be somebody who you had considered a soulmate in the past, who you may have even lived with for a time. It doesn't have to be romantic. Soulmates show up in many ways, shapes, and forms. For some of you, this will be a relationship. But I see that the healing and moving on has grown stagnant, but something is going to click a lot of things into play, and that this is actually going to be a really good way for you to be able to move on. I do see that for some of you, you had lived with this person, and I also feel like this person had taught you a lot. I feel like there's some good points and bad points, and right now it's like you're fawning over the good points, and I think that there's a certain level of guilt around the negative points that's really causing a strain on your actual heart, and it's actually getting you into what feels like an introspective / depressive episode with this. So this is actually building to a point where it's going to erupt. It feels like there is an eruption that is coming into play, and I see that you are holding it off as long as possible. I feel like you genuinely are anticipating a blow up over this, and I think that you've seen this coming a mile away, a long time, and you're holding yourself back because I think that you're partly afraid of what this will mean for you in the new chapter, since you're going to be ripping off this Band-Aid. First off, you're entirely overcoming this situation. I think that it's beautiful. I think that it'll give you a new light and view of what your situation is and what you're looking out into. I think that it's going to kind of color your world kind of differently. Not rose-colored glasses. It's not that. It feels more like there's going to be a new sense of vibrance, and not this stale blue light that casts over this. No. And I'm not saying blue light is like a throat chakra. You know, in like kind of depressive movies or gritty movies, there's always like this blue filter over it. I feel like this is kind of like what your world has been tainted with, and it's been lulling. So we have emotional unfulfillment with some sort of ungrounded feminine energy being brought to a close, and it's putting the masculine energy in its momentum spot again and really taking off and really self-assured, really confident. Let's see, I'm still being pulled to the right away, and I really wish I wasn't what just flew out. Some of you have a new proposal that's coming in. Either you are giving it, or it's being gifted to you, or you're making a new proposal with what you want to do with your life. So this is a lot of swift movements, and I see this incredibly nurturing divine feminine creature around this. And it's completely self-aware, knowing what they deserve. And it's moon, so, well, it's the high priestess, but the moon energy in this. So I feel like this is a very intelligent energy that is being swept into here, and it's bringing about this level of truth. And I think that this is actually keeping you in suspense right now. This new cycle is either kicking off now or is about to kick off, and I do see a major expansion going through the home front with you. I think that the emotional fulfillment, the resources that are available to you, the world is being thrown in front of you. I do feel like along with this new view, and I really think that this is going to affect the way that you physically view things, the opportunities that are coming in through this embracing of divine feminine, high priestess, magical energy is going to be incredibly fulfilling. I feel like you'll be able to sing and dance with this. I think it is that jubilant, actually. So, after all those amazing challenges, what do we have here? We have loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. And then we have the dragon, power and strength. So this, it feels like major empowerment and this flooding of this, it feels like unconditional love. So then we have forgiveness coming in. So I see how everything's going to play out in this and why things had to happen the way that they did. And so the different ends of the spectrum are going to be acknowledged in here. So you're going to be acknowledging how far down you went and how this repetitive pattern in connections in your life really was digging you into a rock bottom. And here comes the pendulum swinging in this way. And it's like utopia, euphoria, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, I had to endure that storm to be in what seems to be this other world. And we have joy. Dealing with the heart chakra color. Look at that, look at that. Joy. I said what I said. Okay, so trust. So joy and trust is going to be completely fulfilling the heart. We have 37 and 47. These numbers might mean something to you. So let's see. I feel like I need to shuffle this again. I don't know why I'm looking at the numbers. I don't know why. But so this breaks down to an 11 and a 10. So we have 11 and 10. The beginning of cycle, end of cycle. I don't know. Then look up the angel numbers, honestly, because I don't know why I felt compelled to say that. What's this? The owl, deception and wisdom. And then we have the bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. So what the heck is this meaning? There is a lot that needs to be talked about in the deception of the past and what it took, how this denying of storytelling, I guess, came into a point of wisdom with you. So you are going to be expressing whatever this story is. There's no way that you're not going to be sharing what your story is, and you will find out how important this is about you. So this is something that you get to use not only as your plant of experience, but it's also going to precog what you have to look forward to, because there's so much wisdom that was ingrained in this that you are going to be able to almost mark your next steps and what's going to be around it. But also your storytelling in this unveiling of your truth, the truth, and future truth. This is going to be an aid for other people who are going along similar paths. Now I say similar because nothing will actually be equal to yours, specific towards yours even. So pride and leadership. And then we have the queen, which is feminine fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. So we have healthy boundaries and these divine feminine energies that are coming into place, that are putting you in a place of leadership and are unveiling the truth and the wealth of your life. You go through hell to absolutely find this beautiful transition into this completely truth, love, and abundant filled life. And it feels like the most out of reach thing on the planet, but this is something that is genuinely happening in your life. So it seems like a dream, but it's very reality based for you, and it's happening in the most practical way. So it's not like something that can catch you by storm. You're going through the motions of everything right now. And looking in hindsight, you're going to see how everything played out, changed, and morphed you as a person. And this is also going to be part of your storytelling. So let's see. We have simplifying your life. You are turning into a place of simplicity. And then we have, what's this? Self-employment, break free, and helpful person. So I'm seeing that you are going to be taking a major life-altering direction, or major direction life-altering. You get what I'm saying with that. But it's going to involve you being able to let go of a lot of complications, let go of a lot of the ideas around the complications, and breaking free from whatever this outmoded belief of yourself is. I don't care what anyone has said around you, whether it's positive or negative, you are stepping into the new, and it is going to be a story that you are writing yourself, and that the projections of others do not get to hold a candle to. And I see somebody who's going to be coming in, or who is in, as a major support for you. So where is this leading you? I'm getting pulled to the daily guidance from the angels. Let's see what this is. A change in a direction, wedding, new partner, giving and receiving. And then I want this top card, which is Cupid. Okay, so we have learning how to receive all these heartwarming changes in your life. You are stepping into a form of commitment. This is with somebody who is an element of new in your life. Now, for some of you, this might be somebody who you have to meet and treat as new. This might be somebody from the past who's done this ungodly changes, like they are a totally different person. This might be somebody who you have just met. This might be somebody who you are meeting now. So what I'm seeing here is, let this gift come to you. Let this commitment come into play. Let your heart healed and be open. The final card for this is Daydream. So this is going to be something that you genuinely do manifest into existence. And I feel like this is going to be something where two minds collide on this and actually really not only accelerate and deepen the manifestation power, but also the idealistic tendency and heartwarming energy that I think that you've lost for such a long time. It's very healing. It's going to take your compliance, but I think that it's already in motion. This is incredibly beautiful, and healing is just, it's powerhouse material. All right, this has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for January 18th, 2022, also timeless. This doesn't end at midnight. This is a projection of your future based off of current circumstances. If you do have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and reach out in the provided email address, or find me on social platforms and send me a DM. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. So I do feel like there's a point of incredibly impatient, self-indulgent, overindulgent, emotionally immature. This feels like instant gratification, but in a bad way. I feel like this is something that you have dealt with in the past through somebody. And what I'm seeing here is somebody had a big confession that they kind of had to, sorry about the close and personal, somebody had to confess something to you because it was somehow directly related to you. I think that this just completely broke your heart. I feel like this completely shattered you, your view on this person, how you would handle the situation. I think they completely ripped this worldview out of your eyes. Ow. That's all I'm going to say. Ow. And it was nothing that you did. I don't feel like you actively push this person to do anything. I'm seeing a lot of insecurity around this energy. And it also feels like they needed some sort of validation that they could not find in anybody. So they went seeking for it. They couldn't find it. It does feel emotionally manipulative, especially with how they had confessed whatever it was towards you. This is definitely past related. I say past, it could have happened like yesterday. Sure, it's in the past, but I also feel like this is long time ago, like long time ago. I don't feel like this happened 5 minutes ago with you. So I think that this broke you in the most honest and unimaginable way. What I'm seeing here is it took, and this is sad too, it killed like an idealistic view of either relationships or your worldview. It kind of created a callous with that. And I'm really sorry that this part was robbed of you. But I also see that this forced you to grow in a very unique way. I see that this is you attempting to get that aspect of your heart back. I see that it's been a lot of personal challenges, one thing after another, a lot of revealing one thing after another. I think that this was a catalyst into realizing a series of things in your life that it made you really have to start over. But I do see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So I see, all right, what is this leading to? All right, so you are going to find what you are looking for, either that or you have, but there's self-mastery and things that you are never going to be able to reconcile. But I see a proposal that is coming and that's really authentic for you, and this, you've done the work for it, so congrats. All right, so I really feel like it's no secret that you have been looking for the commitment. I think that you're probably like a few people out there who came into life looking for either the one or the sense of feeling of home. But I also see that there's been a lot of pressure on time frames with this. So I have 2 batches of cards here. I think this might be a 2-parter. You really just wanted to settle down, rush into things. I get it. I beat the pot calling the kettle black if I said I didn't do this. You got lied to a lot. You got cheated a lot of exactly what it was that you were looking for. No, it's not too much, but not everyone had the same heart as you. Not everyone had the same direction as you, or the same patterns, the same growth. I think that you definitely even deceived yourself in this. You overlooked so much when it came to personalities around you. I feel like this was a very youthful phase for you. I honestly do. I feel like we're looking at adolescence, early 20s, in some, I don't know, maybe you're a child at heart. I get it. And I'm not giving anyone any grief for it. But I'm also seeing that, first off, you are going to have that relationship that you seek. You will find what you are looking for. You're going to find what you're looking for. But I also want you to look at it this way. Where is the line between acceptance and knowing what your standard is? Because what I see is, in the past, you very well have overlooked the reddest flags and saw them as finish lines. I know I've said this before, but I see that with the path that you're on, with all the disappointments that you have had, this might not be a 2-parter, okay? You are very strict with your standards now. And you're not going to settle because you've been cheated enough. I see that this is more of an investment for yourself to not allow anything that is going to go against what it is that you genuinely do want. You're done with compromising yourself, your integrity, or your desires, your needs, your standards. So there may be an air, yeah, this is going to be a 2-part, forget it. All right, there may be an air of you giving up. Nah, dog, you're not giving up. You're not giving up. So this is actually really funny. It's a major lesson for you to be patient. You've been super impatient in the past. I know that you've been waiting for this for a while, but you've been going about it the wrong way. Hurry up and wait. No, that's basically what everything is boiled down to. So what I'm seeing in here is learning a lot of patience and kind of just giving up otherwise. You're not giving up on relationships, but you're giving up on this idea that maybe if somebody sees how amazing you are in a relationship, that they'll change. No. You know how hard it is to change yourself. I mean, it took you years to get to this point. So what I'm saying is, first off, the wait is going to be so well worth it. It's going to be so well worth it. I want to see what you have to look forward to. And damn it, the incense went out. I blame you, really. Come on, go grab your coffee, go grab your snack. I'm lighting incense. I'm not doing this without the incense. Where should I put this now? Don't answer that. Okay. All right, so what do you have to look forward to? Because apparently it's going to be well worth the wait. First off, something that definitely helps you move on from the past, the choice of all choices. You have to be open to it because it feels like You have to learn to surrender and let go of the past and step into what seems to be this very abundant future. And it feels like you're insecure about getting what you want. I don't think that you're going to trust it immediately. I don't know why. Because could it be that you've been deceived in the past? You're like, wait a minute, you're giving me this in a handbasket suddenly? What's the catch? No, darling, no, it's not going to happen. This is fierce, independent, and thriving. This is something that can be really prosperous as far as relationships and ambition goes. I'm flipping, loving it. I do feel like this is a very wise energy that is either come in or that is coming in. Yep. So it's going to teach you a lot about yourself, and also this brings an indication of moving. Maybe that is, well, obviously, as you know, it's coming together. Somebody's going to have to move. So either this happens fast, or it's just like you kind of stumble into a roommate situation. But honestly, I feel like it's more of like learning with you. So this is going to be you learning to get over abandonment. It's going to trigger that aspect in you, and also getting over your fears. It's going to be one thing at a time. But this is very grounding earth energy. It's going to be worth the time, and it's going to have a very big investment payoff. So congrats. Never again are you going to be made to suffer under somebody else's just complete lack in consideration for you. It's absolutely disgusting. What I'm seeing is you have seen the lack of incentive, the lack of accountability that somebody has held into their life. And this has been a major hang up for you because it's affected you so much. It basically feels like something was almost set out to ruin you as a person. It took you a lot of personal growth to even get to this point. You have felt so lost for so long, felt discardable for so long, just in personal health for so long. So what I'm seeing in here is after so much work on yourself, you're starting to get your sense of self, even your confidence back. There's still this hang up of hardship with it, but what I'm seeing is you are completely aware of somebody's inability to even hold their self responsible for their actions and how they affect people in their life and how it's obviously affected yours. You're making a really big decision in regard to whoever this was. Obviously, this is somebody who has been around you for quite some time. Let's see, what is this energy that we are talking about? Masculine energy that tends to be borderline abusive, and call it discipline. This is somebody who would let you suffer if it meant that they could, I guess, have their needs fulfilled. This is sick. They have not mastered themselves. Everything they basically do is a shell. It is an illusion. I think that you're very aware of it. All right, so what's the outcome? How are you going to deal with this annoying masculine energy? It's genderless. I don't care. We all have masculine and feminine inside of us. How are you going to deal with this D-bag? You're going to be everything that they pretend to be. It's not like your main goal to be happy and successful, to be spiteful, but oh my God, is that a psychotic pleasure in this? You're going to make it almost look easy for them. You're building in the empire that they could not have because they can't seem to get out of their own way. They make excuses for why things don't work out for them. The illusion, they can stay with it. However, I'm seeing a new cycle, which is very passionate driven, which is going to lead to a lot of, well, stability, abundance, all those good things. So what happens when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object? It gets really interesting. I'm seeing masculine, unstable, ungrounded, probably losing their head, having a nice little collision with the all-grounding, very nurturing, divine mother energy. Wouldn't you know it? So I see it being very fulfilling and turning over like this new leaf in life, seeing the silver lining, all of that jazz. It feels like a beautifully emotionally fulfilling connection that is occurring in your life, but it's also going to be incredibly trigger happy. Like, there's no safety gauge for this bad boy. It's definitely involving change in your life. The thing is, it's fulfilling yet triggering. So it's like completely happy, but also in the same breath, making you want to lose your mind. What? You're going to have to learn to decompress. This is going to be a huge work in progress in your life. I see that masculine energy has been meeting a lot of dead ends, a lot of things falling through, a huge sense of loss going on in their life. And then here's this divine nurturing energy that's pretty much coddling it. And it's like, oh, this is nice. This is good. This is formable. I like this feeling with this. And it looks like this is the beginning of the new beginning. Like, this is a timestamp that you need to pay attention to. I'm going to draw more on the silver lining. Yeah, it's healing and it's time of reflection. This is definitely something that is coming in from a distance, and it involves future planning, which I think is making masculine also get insecure. We have this. I see a big payoff with it. I think that feminine is going to be assertive throughout this entire ordeal. This doesn't have to be a romantic prospect, but this very well may be for some of you. It's going to be a slow investment, and it seems to be completely unsavory changes that somebody is enduring here. But these changes, this discomfort is absolutely necessary for the growth, which is going to cause a lot of insecurities. And it's no longer just set with the masculine. This is going to be trigger happy with the feminine energy too. And again, this is genderless. We all have masculine and feminine inside of us, but I'm seeing multiple individuals with this, and this is leading to this huge purification. This is the happiest card in the deck. Balance is being restored, which is going to allow for more doors to open up for this entire situation. Yeah. Awesome. Well, somebody has 0 F's to give whatsoever. They want to kick some dirt over the situation and just start off new. What I'm seeing here is somebody who's dealt with a lot of failure, a sense of failure. They don't even want to address it. They don't want to talk about it. Don't even count on them to open up willingly about this. They want it to be done. It's dead in the ground to them. They might be very agitated right now, so it's probably in your best interest to give some space. They do just want to pick up and start somewhere else new. They just want to forget that the past has ever happened. This is, I think, the most heartbreaking of failure in their life, and I see that they just don't want to identify with it anymore. And what I'm seeing here is they gave this such a good fight. They gave it, I think, the biggest fight that they could have. They really pulled in for this, and everything still fell through. So this is an even more intense sense of fail. And it's never really a fail. It's always a redirection, but they're not in a place to see this or understand this. There's a silver lining. What I'm seeing here is they have no other choice but to move on. But they don't get away scot-free with this. They're going to have to address this. They're going to have to emotionally process this. They're going to end up surrendering to whatever this frustration is. They can't outrun their heartache. So what I'm seeing is, I'm actually being pulled to another deck. Please don't knock anything over. But if you only saw my Merlin desk right now. All right, so they're going to surrender to it, and we have explore your options. They're probably going to need a lot of, okay, so a lot of what has to heal is their ability to save and protect somebody. So this is what could have been done. How could they have stopped this section of their life from happening? So the father healing is coming in. It doesn't always have to deal with dad issues. This is the masculine protective archetype that's coming into play that needs to be healed within them, because they feel like they didn't do enough. There's no way that they were going to be able to do enough And this is saying, listen, heaven is stepping in and trying to give you a sign that, listen, you did all that you could do. There was no way that this was going to work out. Then we have divine magic and protection is coming into play with you. We have synchronicity and alone time for you to really contemplate the situation. So this is somebody who could have been really alone for quite some time so that they could work it out. And I see that they are actually ready to move on. So they didn't outrun it. They really processed this and are still working through the process of it. And they're coming out fresh and starting new with soulmate relationships.